Welcome back to Buffalo Sports Basement. We're taking a look at the Bills-Miami game, and we're going to take a look at the game coming up against the Jaguars. So buckle up, Buffalo fans, because here we go. Yeah, the Bills got off to a hot start.
Yeah, they did.
They really brought the heat down to Miami. Right off the start, we got a nice pick from Jamarcus Ingram. It was good coverage by Christian Benford, actually, on the play. The receiver wasn't quite ready for the ball. You know, when you have tight coverage like that, that really helps. Went off his shoulder pad and right into the waiting arms of Jamarcus Ingram. One thing that I want to say, too, you know, getting right off, the rest of the game, I noticed that all the defensive backs had their eyes on the ball. You know, so many plays go missed on the defensive side of the ball because DBs just can't have their eyes on the ball on the quarterback at all times. You see a lot of missed, you know, plays that would easily become interceptions, just go by the wayside and become a pass deflection at best. But our guys kept their eyes on the ball all game, and that's why you see a lot of those, you know, tip balls turn into interceptions and things like that.
Yeah, well said. The Bills, they forced 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 by Ingram and 1 by Benford. Ingram played really well. They actually drug tested him, which is crazy. 1 for a pick 6, which you just saw a few moments earlier. You know, talking through that, the whole defense played well enough to win, and we executed when we need to execute. I think the Bills just kind of ran over the Dolphins most of the game on defense. If you actually look at the time of possession and the amount of yards, Miami was actually in favor in both categories, but the Bills played good on defense, and James Cook played really well on the ground.
I think this is one of those games where stats don't necessarily tell the story of the game. The Bills easily won that game from start to finish. It was mildly close in the first quarter. After the pick, Tua did respond with a touchdown. The Dolphins did put up 7 of their own, but really from the second quarter on, it was just all Bills, both sides of the ball.
James Cook did really well. Carried the ball 11 times for 78 yards, including that big 49-yard run that led to a touchdown. I'll take that game every day from James Cook. You know, you don't have to run him 25 times. You know, he finds the holes and he scores touchdowns. And nice to see him get out on that 4th and 3 as well to get that touchdown. But
it was a big offensive day for the Bills. You know, the stats don't necessarily indicate it, but every aspect of the offense was humming. One weird play on a 3rd down with the run to Ty Johnson where it didn't look good, but for the most part, other than that, the play calling was great. I thought the entire team executed yet again. Josh Allen went 13 and 19 for 139 yards. Not necessarily pop-off paper type stats, but I think he had a great day. He did everything he needed to. The big thing was the run game. James Cook had a big day. Ty Johnson even had a big catch going into the red zone down to the goal line there, secured the catch against Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, I think James Cook, that one actually 49-yard touchdown run put the Bills up by 17. I think that kind of sealed the deal. Or maybe the Ingram interception. But either way, the Bills played really well. They didn't turn the ball over.
I think turnovers were really the big difference in the game. That's why you see the differential in stats that you do. You know why Miami had so much time of possession and so many yards, because it all ended up going our way in the end anyways. And when you convert on those turnovers, that's so huge. Turnovers can really be a huge difference when it comes to winning or losing a football game. I think the story of the offense really is that every week, you know, even with James Cook dominating the game, so to speak, with his 3 touchdowns and almost 100 yards rushing, you know, only 11 carries. You know, the ball's still being spread around consistently. You know, just seeing different guys step up on different drives and different downs. You know, from Ty Johnson and Ray Davis to James Cook having a phenomenal day down in Miami, his hometown. I think that's really been the story of the Bills so far.
Definitely. I think field position really was the biggest difference too in this game. Smart football, did what we had to do. It's just an overall defensive game, and we did what we needed to do on offense. If James Cook doesn't, take off for 49 yards on that one score, if they don't do that, it could be a different game. We definitely put ourselves in a position to succeed. So Tua going out with a concussion later in the third quarter there. Actually, we're going for it on fourth down. The dude's a warrior, dude's a baller. We just hope he's going to be okay. 100%.
Yeah, we like to see him recover well. Seems like he's going to continue to play. Nothing but respect for him. You hate to see guys get hurt in any situation. It doesn't matter who they play for. You want to see these guys stay healthy and continue to play ball. But glad to hear he's all right and looking to play ball moving forward.
We shut down Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and you take away that is the offense of the Miami Dolphins. Now, if you don't take that away, they put up points. But I think we contained their speed, and we played our type of football.
The line of scrimmage is the most important part of the game. You can win or lose with that very often.
Starts with the big boys up front. I think they did really well. Like a mini bye week for the Bills. Finally coming back home to Buffalo after 10 days off, Monday night against the Jags. We hope you enjoyed your bye week. Got healthy, got ready for this week's matchup. We did some fun things over the bye week as well. Check it out.
Yeah, we're at a local staple in Buffalo, New York. This one's actually in West Seneca. Mighty Taco, you can't go wrong with a Super Mighty. I go Super Mighty hot with some sour cream. That's usually my go-to meal. It actually originated in 1973, so it's been a staple in Buffalo for some time now, and there's 19 current locations. But yeah, check it out. We're going to go inside and we're going to grab some food.
That's probably.
Quick petition. Mighty Taco, bring back the Buffalo Sports memorabilia.
Much better.
I mean, come on now, what is this?
Yeah, the Bills are 2-0, sitting atop the AFC East right now. I think we're looking pretty good going into Monday night against the Jags.
I agree. Well, we're 9-10 against the Jags all time. They came back into the league in the mid-90s and, pretty even back and forth. For some reason, they seem to have had our number the past couple of years. But that's going to change because I think our Bills are going to come out on top. I think we're the better team overall. I think our defense will be too much for them. They do have a good defense themselves, good front seven, good edge rushers. They're really going to try and get to Josh, but I think we're the more complete team.
Do you think the name change, the biggest duo, or not the biggest duo, but one of the headlines in, Bills and Jags games is, Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. But the Jags, Josh Allen is now Joshua Hines Allen, right?
Josh Hines Allen.
Do you think that's going to change his ability to get to the real Josh Allen? Because there's only one Josh Allen.
It might have been a bit of a conceding that there's only one true Josh Allen, so I respect that move on Josh Hines Allen's part.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, the Jags come into Buffalo.
You have a doubleheader on Monday. You love having the doubleheader Monday night football. love Monday Night Football so much. Our Bills and our Josh Allen show up on prime time. We're at home, Ralph Wilson Stadium, Highmark Stadium. I expect it to be loud. You know, primetime games in Buffalo are really something special.
The lights are going to be on, and the Bills shine, man. Back-to-back primetime games. You know, we had the Thursday night game just almost 2 weeks ago now, about 10 days. And now we're going to face the Jags at home. Still some notable injuries. Tron Johnson is ruled out, and so is Bernard
No
as well.
IR for either of them, it sounds like, which is a good sign. They should both be back within the next couple weeks here, but not going to play the Jags, unfortunately.
Yeah, Valen Spector, that's a guy I'm going to look at this week. I was really impressed with his play last week. I think that he stepped into that role. I want to see him perform at home. I would really like to, to see who the inactives are for the game coming up. But once again, I would love to see Andreessen play, hometown kid, Monday Night Football. Like, if that's not your dream as a kid growing up with Buffalo, I don't know what it is. Maybe playing, in a championship game for the Sabres or Bills, but, playing Monday Night Football at the Ralph doesn't get better. It doesn't get better than that.
I agree. So many Buffalonians and Bills fans are rooting for him, so I'm rooting for him as well. But I like the play we've seen from Dorian Williams lately. I think he's really underrated. He's stepped his game up. Great third down stop against Miami. He's really, made some plays. He's good at tackling for the most part, quick guy. I think our linebackers stepping in are doing just as good of a job as those cornerbacks that have stepped in with some injuries. So
100%. We saw last year the Bills defense. They started, going down one by one, guys missing games, and the next guy coming up and stepping in. And I think they had a total of like 8 or 9 starters last year on defense out at one point. The next guy stepped up, and that's what they're doing, man. Our secondary looks better than ever. Like we picking the ball off, we're playing tight, we're doing well. So
now this game does have all the typical signs of what people might call a trap game. The Jags have had our number in the past couple of years for whatever reason. But I just don't see it this time. I think we're rolling way too hot. I don't think the Jags are a team that's hungry for a win, but I just also don't think they know what their identity is. That offense has been going nowhere quickly. Outside of Etienne, Evan Engram's been ruled out by Doug Peterson, so I'm really not scared of what their offense is going to do against our defense that's been performing really well. I think our defense goes in on Trevor Lawrence and his troubles continue. I just don't see that offense being able to do much against our defense that's been performing.
The Bills lost the last game to the Jags, but the game was in London. None of the players really like being there or playing. Ed Oliver actually quoted, it was a weird game. The Bills needed the Jags to come to Buffalo. We played on the road. We played in London, even though it was a home game last year technically. But having the Jaguars coming into Buffalo, Monday Night Football, it's going to be loud.
I wonder if there will be some leftover animosity because of some of those strange losses as well. The Bills fans themselves are hungry to be able to have a chance at Jacksonville themselves, so to speak. Interesting to see if it almost has a playoff-like atmosphere in Winter Park.
I'm feeling it, man. We are flying high right now, 2-0.
Storylines you can't not talk about, though. Gabe Davis and Mitch Morse coming back to Orchard Park. Mitch Morse spent early part of his career somewhere that shall not be named, but spent a couple of years here protecting Josh and calling the shots on the line of scrimmage. Nothing but respect for Mitch Morse. He's a great lineman, but I suspect Ed Oliver's going to eat his lunch all day long. I think our line's going to push them around. I think we're just too deep and too athletic. I think our line is equipped to be a top 3 defensive line in football this year.
Yeah, we tend to give up some big run plays every once in a while, but I feel like we tackle well and we just hold it really tight in the inside, and we've been pressuring the quarterback a lot.
Put that pressure on the quarterback and force him to make plays that our defensive backs are waiting to make themselves.
Gabe Davis coming back to Buffalo. As you said, Mitch Morse, at center. I think I like Gabe Davis. Who are they going to match him up with? Who are they going to put on Gabe Davis?
Big play Gabe. Rasul.
I would say Rasul. Probably not some of the best.
Rasul Douglas.
Yeah.
I think I think we said this last week, but I think Russell Douglas is kind of the heart, kind of like the leader of this defense. Surprisingly, and only having come in last year, after losing Trey long term and everything, I think he's really stepped into the role as leader of this defense. He's a vet guy in the first place, been in the league for years, capable player, bit of a ball hog. I really like that he's leading that back end, and who knows, that could be part of the DB's back there success.
I think things you don't see is a really good play by Douglas off camera, more so, like I said, or off play or off ball. You see these interceptions, Benford, you see, Ingram's interception, but you don't see the reason why it was thrown there, because the guy that Douglas is in that vicinity of, that guy or the offensive player, he's taken away that is not a play that he can go to. And our DBs that are getting targeted, Benford, impressed with his play, love that interception. Ingram, love his play, man. Like, just we're hungry, we're quick, and yeah, it's gonna be a great matchup. It's gonna be loud. The Bills are gonna win this game.
Having said that, I think it's time to head into our last bit here with game time predictions. There's no doubt the Bills come out on top here. I'm going 31-10.
Wow. 31, a repeat of 2 Thursdays ago. I like that prediction a lot. I think the Jags defense is pretty solid. I think that it's going to be a little bit tighter. I'm going to say 24-7. 24-7 Bills.
The Bills win 24-7. Now for my player of the game, I'm going with none other than Eddie, the big man Oliver. I think the big man comes up with a couple sacks, a couple big stops against the run. I think he's been underrated in the season so far. Already forced a couple big plays that, like you said a moment ago, you don't necessarily see that. That's not the star of the play necessarily, but just disrupting that line constantly, and I expect Ed Oliver to have a big day.
Yeah, I love it. I am actually excited to see Curtis Samuel, because I feel like I haven't seen much of him yet, and I'd like to see him get on the score sheet and get in the end zone. So I'm going with Curtis Samuel. I want to see him get in the end zone at least once, and yeah, go Bills, baby.
Let's get that win. Go
Let's
Bills!
go.
Mighty Taco, thank you again for another wonderful meal. Super Mighties, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Now, one thing though I do recommend when you're getting here is a burrito. You gotta go with Buffalo style, get the burrito with the blue cheese. Go Bills!